So this is I can't believe we're on week 22 now. So this is week 22 here. And this was last week, week 20, well, last week, 2 weeks ago, we had our last call. So you've actually got down to the 130 mark. And obviously, if you compare it like from 2 weeks ago, people go, oh, it's just £1, but look at the difference that £1 makes. 1 inch off your waist here. These thigh, chest, and bicep measurements, I mean, because fat loss is what we're doing right now, these things are very variable. Whether they go up or down in a way doesn't matter, because if they go up, that could signal muscle gain. If they go down, it could signal fat loss. So, and I'll show you soon why this is just almost quite random, really, because for you in that 2 week period, things have went up in your thighs and in your chest, but you'll soon see when we look at this long term, the reality of all of this. But really, it just shows you the difference that actually £1 can actually make. Because things, I don't know if you, for yourself, see much difference from you now compared to you 2 weeks ago. Do you?
I feel it because of the way my pants and shorts feel on me. I can feel it in my waist. Anywhere else, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the thighs. I didn't realize that my thighs had went up.
And that would make sense with the measurements here that you've given. But that's the thing. Even in those 2 weeks, you can feel the difference in your clothes, and this is why having other indicators helps us see that things are moving the right way, because you're looking at how your clothes feel, maybe how you're progressing in the gym, how your sleep is. All these things are so important. So that's great that you've seen that. So now we'll look at this next one, which is why I always like to show the long-term approach, because that actually is the reality. So here, what can you see here? So this is you from the start, so 17th of May, versus you now, 15th of October. What can you see from these figures?
I definitely have a lot of change in the two areas that I wanted most, which was the waist and thigh.
6.5 inches, that's incredible. Bearing in mind that you were at a point 140, and you said that you were struggling to get down from that for ages. And look at this, you're blown out of the water. Thighs down 1 inch, but you've said you've seen so much more muscle detail. So that 1 inch is massive then, because you've got a lot of muscle detail, a lot of muscle separation, but you've lost the body fat from there as well. So that's a big win, especially in the lower body. That's where a lot of women generally hold the most fat and find it hard to lose it from there. So that just shows what you've been able to achieve there. And also, when we look at your chest as well, so couple that with your thighs and chest, both have went down. But what did we see when we looked at what things look like over the 2 week period, being now versus 2 weeks ago? It went up, right? But the long-term view is it went down. So do you see why it's actually about looking at things long-term? aka like what you saw with your weight spike, that doesn't matter. It's about what happens long-term. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah. and arms are down as well. So again, the majority of that will be the body fat loss. And look at this. So now in total, over 10 pounds lost. $130. You're under the 60 kg mark, which is the mark in the UK where a lot of women just would, that's a dream. That's a, because you're so that's 9 stone 4 pounds. So 1 stone is 14 pounds. So women in the UK generally will say, "I want to be under 10 stone." So you're almost like coming to 9 stone. So the point I'm trying to say here is you were at a point where you are struggling to really get under that 140, but you've just completely decimated that now. And we know that this 10 pounds that's lost is all fat loss, because these measurements have not dramatically went down, being your thighs, chest and arms, but your waist has went down massively as well as the 10 pounds. So then we know that your weight being 10 pounds has gone down. So we know that then that this is pretty much all pure body fat. And also, how do I know that? Because you've told me that you can see a lot more muscle definition everywhere. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, I can definitely see it. I think the biggest change again is my thighs. Being able to see the actual quads, the muscles individually. Like I said, I've never had that before.